Hello, Paddock 43. As you see, I've spent some extra days in Australia here enjoying the weather and the country. I hope to catch you next year after obviously a successful one that I had here. Love this place, love this country, so hello to everyone. See you next year. Bye.
This is Paddock 43, the podcast, your weekly rundown giving you all things F1 from both on and off the track.
From races, trades, rumours, the lifestyle, and all the things that come with the F1 world.
We are Amy, Elle, and Pat. Let's get into it. A quick episode is a good episode, Pat.
I think we will have a quick one.
I think it'll be a quick one, just like Suzuka Circuit, and also our thoughts and feels about the Japanese Grand Prix. Whoa. Arigato gozaimasu. Sayonara. Sayonara.
Japan.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's just Patty and I in the studio tonight.
Yeah, it's just the two of us. Our Amy has fallen sick.
Has fallen unwell.
Has fallen unwell. So it's just the two of us.
2.5. You've got
two and a half of us. Sorry,
inside you.
I don't think he has much of an opinion. Well, maybe he does. He kicking
might
a
now.
lot.
Yeah. He's kicking a lot every time you watch an F1 race, isn't he?
He's feeling it.
Wasn't it when you were above the garages at the Oz GP? He was going
kicking like
mental.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was like, yes.
It was either, yes, I love the F1 and the Grand Prix, or Mum, take me the fuck home. It's too loud.
No, I reckon it was probably the first one because even if we're in silence, he kicks me like a crazy person. So
I hope this baby likes me because every time I put my hand on your belly and when you go, hey, he's kicking, he stops. So time will tell.
He playing with you.
Well, we had an exciting day yesterday.
Oh, we had such a nice day.
It was so lovely.
It was so lovely.
So we put it out on Instagram that we wanted to do a viewing party for the Japanese Grand Prix.
Because we have to take advantage of these time zones.
Oh, it's so rare. It's a novelty.
It's a novelty.
It feels illegal.
Yeah.
You genuinely are watching practice on a Friday in the middle of the day when you should be working.
Well, I was working, but I did get the notification. I was like, oh my God, practice is on whilst I'm working. What the hell?
And then sometimes when
like you
it's
don't have
over,
to bank it?
Yeah, even quali, when it's over, then you're like, wait, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Like last night after the race, I just went home.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put it out on Instagram. We had a huge response, and
we sure did.
We were at, I reckon over 50 people turned up at the Orang Hotel, and they watched the Japanese Grand Prix with us.
It was so nice, and for everyone that like came along, we appreciate it so much, and it was so lovely meeting a lot of you guys. And I think it just, we say this every time, we say this after Oz GP, that it just like solidifies what we're doing. It makes us feel so happy with the hard work that we're putting in, and also we love when people share this passion with us.
And it's felt like a bit of a community.
Yes,
because
it
all
is like
our
a community.
Friends, I was like, someone
It's
asked me what I'm
internet
doing,
friends.
and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm off to go meet some new internet friends, and
Literally.
and people go a bit like, what? And you're like, no.
And
it's
I
fine.
just love as well that they're like people came by themselves and then they would meet up. They just met up there, and
so a bunch of
So
people
nice.
that came by themselves. They all met there. They didn't know each other. Even like two friends of mine that were there didn't know these people. They all went out for dinner afterwards.
oh my God, that's so nice.
New friends.
New friends. I love that.
I know. We're
I
like
love that.
I hope we're going to like turn into a dating app or something like
We
that.
really are.
The F1 dating app. Actually,
F1
it's not
dating
a bad
app.
idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Maybe
Because I feel like there's a niche.
There's something in that.
There's something in that for sure. For sure.
So it was a great day. Unfortunately, the race wasn't as exciting once it passed lap 2 when it restarted.
We'll get into that
Yeah,
after.
so we'll get into that. I
Let's
think
get
we've got to
into
touch
some-
on some news though.
Yeah, definitely get into some news first. What do we want to start with?
I mean,
I might start on actually some news that I saw earlier on last week. How more information has come out about Christian Horner.
what's happened?
Horny Horner.
Oh God.
Well, not
Horny
necessarily
Horner.
more information about him, but basically a friend of the girl has written in, and there was an article in BBC Sport basically saying that the woman that complained, she's very upset, angry, scared, intimidated, and lonely. Family friends has told BBC.
Supposed to be back at work now.
Yeah.
Because her suspension until was the end of March, but we haven't heard anything.
Yes. And so apparently she's saying, she struggles to understand how Red Bull dismissed the complaint following the investigation. She's unable to talk about her claims. She signed a legal undertaking that she's not allowed to discuss it with anyone other than her father and brother, which remember we were saying we thought that was really strange. And apparently this friend has said that every time she asks her something, she breaks down in tears and says she's got no one to talk to because she's not allowed to talk.
Okay, so a few thoughts on that. She's obviously leaked the text messages and all of this communication. So she's already broken her NDA. So she's already speaking.
We don't know if that was her because
it could have been anyone, but obviously she's given it to someone and someone else has leaked it.
Yeah.
So she is talking to people because I think from that she forfeited her probably the money that she was given. That's why she was suspended because all of that came out.
I think as well those text messages could have come out like imagine if you were in that situation or like someone you know and that was going on. Imagine if you were like texting, you were obviously single and you were texting Christian Horner or something and you would have probably like screenshot those messages and been like, oh my God, look who I'm talking to. And that would have been sent to someone. And maybe that person wasn't as trustworthy and then they sent it along and it kind of turned into this like Chinese whispers thing and it got dragged out. And then now someone's like, money.
Yeah.
Let me leak these.
I feel like this isn't the end of this whole situation.
No, oh God, no.
Because this is going to go to court.
Sitting here
and
waiting
then,
for him to be fired.
Yeah. Then there's going to be the court media ban. You know, media can't report on active cases, especially being, a very public case. Once that's all closed, out all the information comes.
I know.
Even
I can't
Seb
wait.
Vettel was like, we need transparency on this situation.
I love him.
Speaking of loving Seb
Speaking
Vettel,
of, yes.
Toto Wolff has, not discredited Seb Vettel returning to Mercedes. Can you imagine? Lewis Hamilton was like, I think it's a brilliant idea. He said it would be amazing.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, don't say that. No, I would love for him to come back. I'd probably agree with you that it's probably in some other capacity.
Yeah.
Seb Vettel did say he's been speaking to Mercedes about something.
They just love to tease us.
I know.
But sometimes there's...
This whole sport's a cocktails.
Yeah, it is. It literally is. But sometimes those sprinkles of information are true. I personally, I stand by this and I would love to be proven wrong because I would love to see him back in the sport. But I stand by this that he will not come back to the sport unless he sees...
Sustainability changes.
Major changes within sustainability and I don't think that level, unless he got the most incredible package. But it's not about the money for him. I think it's got to the point. Yeah, it's not about the money for him. So
but I reckon he misses the racing. I mean, he's probably going to do Le Mans this year.
Yeah, I did see
which
that.
is pretty exciting for him, and definitely will be watching that one.
And he's got his hands in so many different pies as well.
Yeah, he's got his corner at Suzuka.
He does have his corner at Suzuka, but I don't know. Yeah, I think that ship may have sailed. I think he'll always be involved in the sport. I wonder if maybe he'll come back in some sort of commentating capacity or surely because he's such a great, but
yeah, it'd be interesting to see him commentating possibility. Remember when Danny Ricciardo did commentating for 2 seconds and it was quite awful?
Yep.
That's definitely not where Daniel's going to end up in.
No,
even Gunther surprisingly wasn't as fantastic.
No, I stand by him.
I love Gunther absolutely to bits, but I was like, maybe it was the people he was also with that weren't giving him and feeding him the right information.
And that's always going to happen as well. And I think getting into something like commentating just because you have the knowledge doesn't necessarily mean that you've got the skill, but I think that
you got to be on the go.
But no, I have hope for Gunther and maybe, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Vettel. Please prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Come back to the sport. But I don't know if that will happen.
Oh, I want him to come back. Well, speaking of things that might not come back, Segway. Hey, I'm like the Segway queen.
You are the Segway queen.
Could Mercedes be losing a sponsorship deal? It is rumoured that Mercedes have agreed to a deal with Adidas for the F1 team's clothing partner. So this would mean it would replace Tommy Hilfiger and possibly Puma. Well, definitely Puma because they are direct Direct. Oh my God. Why would I say direct?
Direct.
They are direct competitors. Tommy Hilfiger would be a big shame, but I also feel like they're very similar competitors in ways.
Yeah.
That
makes me kind of sad. And as we both sit
I
here in our
know.
Tommy Hilfiger jumpers,
which we were gifted for
Yes.
the Australian Grand Prix
Yes.
from Tommy Hilfiger.
shout out to you guys, Tommy. And they do such cool stuff. Like I love our jumpers
Oh,
right
we've
now.
been living in these
But
jumpers.
and I always look at George and Lewis in their little Tommy Hilfiger gear and think they look so chic in comparison to everyone else. Like everyone else looks so just average, but like Tommy Hilfiger has that nice little twang that we just don't see with the other brands. But Adidas could do some cool stuff.
I feel like Adidas would absolutely kill it.
Yeah,
I feel like they'd be so good.
yeah.
They have
They've got 6 sneakers.
streetwear so down packed
True,
and sport apparel down packed.
true.
10 times more than Puma do. Love
They
Puma.
just rock up in their like matching tracksuits, Adidas
Oh my God.
tracksuits.
They so would. If Lewis Hamilton was staying at Mercedes and Mercedes partnered with Adidas on that, can you imagine
Well-
him? He would go nuts. But then also I can see George doing it.
Yeah.
And George would look like,
I mean, George
Hey.
could wear a paper bag and he'd look good. So
yeah, he'd look like an English Chav?
Chav, yeah.
Yeah. I can
Or
see
like a
it.
lad. A chav,
Yeah.
actually, chav is more of a girl. A lad. He'll look like a lad.
Yeah, it'll be like that movie, The Gentleman.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm imagining when they're all wearing like the matching.
But he'll still
suits.
look
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he actually would. Oh, look, I don't mind it. I think it's all rumor. Mercedes have obviously declined to comment, but I feel like when people decline to comment, that's because things are true. You just gave
shame.
away your secret. If it wasn't
Yeah,
true,
I know.
just
It's so true. It's like, why are you talking about it then?
yeah, 100%.
Well, hopefully someone else takes on Tommy Hilfiger because big fan.
McLaren could do with.
Yeah,
but they're with
a bit of a
Reece.
shake up.
There's going to be some sponsorship shakeups, especially with all the drivers moving around.
Ooh, I can't wait for this silly season.
It's going to be the best silly season.
Which kind of takes us on to a certain someone that doesn't have a seat next year.
Carlos Sainz, where are you going?
Carlos.
So Will Buxton has come out and said that Carlos is going to go to Sauber. He's going to go to steak.
Steak. Kick steak.
Kick steak.
Kick steak Sauber.
Steak kick. He's going to go there.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening.
No, neither. I
No.
can't see that at all.
If anything, I think Lawrence Stroll is going to put a hard and fast bid on Carlos.
Oh, yeah,
For a
I
year.
can see that.
And Fernando is going to retire at the end of the year. No, you're shaking your head. No, okay. Well, but this is my prediction. I'm putting this out there right now so that when this happens, I can be like, fucking told you so. No, so Fernando's going to retire by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And Lawrence is going to bid hard and fast to get Carlos on board.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos is going to be there for a year and then he's going to get Audi.
So he's definitely not going to stake. I don't think that Alonso's going to retire. I think that Alonso might go to Mercedes and Carlos could take that seat, could take Alonso's seat, or like if there's a really big shake-up, if potentially Max Verstappen goes to Mercedes and Carlos
Max
goes
is not going to leave.
to Red Bull. And I don't think it's ever going to, I never thought it would happen, but then all the rumblings and like all the drama with Jos Verstappen, but then I think as well, or then the other thing is like because I can actually see them, because the thing, this is my theory, like Carlos, we'll get into Japan, but he came third. He's obviously the only non-Red Bull driver on the podium. He's been killing it this season so far. We've spoken about this a million times, but came back from appendicitis, killing it. He is a phenomenal driver, and I don't see him, he's already in such an incredible team. I don't see him going lower than, like, it's either Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren, or Aston Martin. I just think I don't want him to be wasted. That's
So I
the
reckon
problem.
Mercedes looking at Kimi Antonelli or Alex Albon. I don't think they're going to want someone that's more experienced than George.
Yeah.
I think they're going to groom Oh, I hate that word. Why
Yeah,
did
but
I
I
use
know,
that word? Ew.
But I know what
Gross.
you mean. Yeah.
I just
One
feel
of the
like,
youngies.
yeah, they're going to make George their number one driver. And when we listened to George speak at the Puma event,
Oh, he's got
Chadstone,
number one driver energy.
yeah, he gave that. And Amy asked him a fantastic question. How do you differentiate the personal between who George Russell is to George Russell, the driver? And his response was, I am just George Russell, the driver, and that's who I'm focusing on being. And I was like, damn. Damn, this guy got no personal life.
Damn.
Which I'm sure he does on the
Yeah.
side. But, like, you know, that's his 100% focus. And I can see that happening for him.
Yeah. I mean,
Because-
my other theory as well is like if Carlos did take Checo's seat and then having like a 2015 repeat of when Carlos and Max were at Toro Rosso together.
Oh, it's not happening.
And I can just picture them absolutely hating each other. But it would be entertaining.
It would be entertaining. It would be entertaining. It'd be entertaining as well if Ollie Bierman and Liam Lawson also get a seat. And I
Yeah.
think Jack Doohan's a really good contender as well for next season.
Both of them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They both are.
Because
I think
I can't see Joe Granu staying around. I think he could lose his seat.
Oh, I hope he does well.
I know. I hope he does well as well. Like, but especially with China back on the map, but also just because it's the China race doesn't mean that he, you know, deserves a seat. We know that
No.
Yuki got his seat though because Honda put pressure on the team to have a Japanese driver. So that's kind of why he got that. But hey, Yuki's also performing.
He's
at the same
proving
time.
himself.
He's
Unlike
definitely
some
proving.
people.
Oh, yeah. So I love Daniel Ricciardo. Always have, always will. We'll stand by him. But
We stand you.
also, what's
What's
happening?
going on? What is
mean-
going on, my friend? The fact that like he's not outperforming in any way, he's not outperforming Yuki is very concerning.
So they said something about that it's because the car is designed for Yuki. But I don't buy that.
Neither.
Something is not hitting right. Danny's obviously getting some good laps and paces and he can do it. But then what's like there's a
There's
disconnect somewhere.
Yeah, there's a disconnect. I
I don't
know.
want it to be his last season, but I feel like it will be.
Yeah, I mean, even yesterday there were so many people at the event being like, "Oh,
But yesterday,
Daniel Ricciardo last season." I'm like, maybe he's
well, that's a great segue into
outgrown it.
the race
Yeah.
because straight off the bat,
Well, Yuki, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, in quali, Yuki knocked out Danny in Q2.
yep, 10 and 11 just missed out,
And I
then-
was proud of Yuki. I was like, it's your home race. Well done.
and Yuki
You deserve it.
managed to stay number 10 a whole weekend.
Yep.
Go him. He got points. First time
Yeah.
he got points in Japan. Loved it.
Yep.
Now the crash, though, between Alex Albon and Danny, lap
In the
2
race.
in the
Yeah.
race, was not Danny's fault. No. His rear wheel was clipped by Alex Albon.
Yeah.
You know,
it's such a shame.
Could he have moved? I don't know. I don't think so. Danny may have not been looking in his mirrors. You know, he may have been looking on the other side. That's what they're saying. But that was just the most disappointing thing for Daniel Ricciardo
know.
for that to happen, especially after having his lap time deleted in quali in Australia,
Yeah.
where he would have made it through. But Williams, my fucking God.
I know. It's a lot of like face palms to Williams right now.
They have no chassis until Miami. I'm sorry. What are they going to do in China?
Yeah.
They are fucking scrambling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Logan Sargent crashes in practice, damages his car, which is already damaged. Well, like no, sorry, that was the repaired one that Alex Albon drove in
I
Australia.
can't keep up.
And then Alex, oh my God, damages his.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
Yeah. Well done, Williams. God.
It was pretty funny though. Like when we were watching in the pub, everyone was silent because you just missed out on this
I
start
missed
part.
out. Can I just say, so basically I was running late and I was in the car. I was waiting for Peter and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to watch the race on my phone. Start watching the race on my phone. And then obviously the crash happened on lap 1, lap 2. I'm like, oh. But then it was kind of good because I actually had to drive to the pub.
Yeah.
But there was a red flag the whole time. So I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
and then
'cause
I
it's
got
a
the start of
restart,
the
'cause it took 30
yeah.
minutes for it to restart, and thank God it took that long to restart because obviously we know that there's been some disasters on Suzuka track with you know various tractors and very sad incidents that you know they want to do everything right and correct
Yeah.
there. But I will say we were all silent in the pub watching
Yeah.
the start of the race. It was
We
quite
were.
funny. There were some guys at the back going shh.
Yeah.
And everyone just went silent.
Silent.
And then you hear the dee, 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 and all the cars go and everyone's still silent. And then 45 seconds later, and as soon as we realized it was Williams, the room just broke out in laughter. And I was like, these poor fucking guys.
I know, honestly.
Sorry, I'm just painting a picture there for you for what you missed.
For those that couldn't join us.
Yeah, but oh my God, absolute disaster. But yeah, go Yuki. He got points in his home race,
Yeah.
first time.
Also, side note that like we didn't, just kind of circling back to the entire weekend. Beautiful Japan, cherry blossom season. Thoughts on, because typically we see Japan around October.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I think it's a
Yeah.
great time for Japan to do it,
I think so too.
especially having cherry blossom season.
So
It's
beautiful.
a good promo for them.
It's good
Hey,
promo.
This is what these cities need, though.
Yeah.
This is what we're saying with the Australian Grand Prix, like fantastic aerial shots
Yeah.
of Melbourne.
Yeah.
And how lucky that it's literally on people's doorsteps as well.
Yeah.
And you've got the beach there and the city there. Whereas Suzuka is smack bang in the middle of not Toyota. Actually, Toyota's not far from there. But Tokyo and Kyoto.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Kind of in the middle of nowhere.
not really an easy place
No.
to get to. I mean,
No.
fantastic transport system.
What I
but-
thought was interesting as well was like the weekend attendance was 229,000. And in Melbourne we got, what was it? Almost
425 for the
Yeah,
whole weekend.
so-
Oh yeah. But I don't
And
know
not
if
to
the
compare.
track facilities have that
Yeah.
capacity. You watch it on the screen, it's like not a whole lot of
No,
grandstands. Like I was
no.
watching it with my friend Haley and we were like, oh, where are
Yeah,
the grandstands?
grandstands.
Like of
It's a lot of dirt.
yeah.
But I must say, like, obviously you can't do a full comparison because every track is different. But comparing it to Australian Grand
I
Prix,
think
just
that's
because
gotta compare.
just because we just had the AusGP and comparing race attendance, and it just again is a testament to the team at AusGP and what an incredible job they do, and such a good job at like having the facilities to cater for everyone and constantly building on that and wanting to make sure that they can get as many people there as possible in a safe manner. So not saying that Suzuka can't do that, but well done, AusGP.
We're so spoiled over here.
Yeah. But
It's like-
I think like
Well, I'm interested because I'm going to go to the Silverstone Grand Prix.
yes.
It's going to take me about 2.5 hours. I reckon that's what everyone's saying. You give yourself 2.5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the field. People camp. Like it's very like I want to say Backstreet Boys, but that's not the exact right. It's very like I don't know. Jeremy Clarkson's farm's right nearby, so Tom was like, we have to go stop at his joint just to go say
Hey.
say hey because he's definitely going to welcome us into his home.
Of course he would.
But yeah, it's not exactly close to London.
Mm.
We're so spoiled for choice, so that's going to be interesting to see.
Along with like many of the other tracks, like the same as like Barcelona track, like it's not actually near Barcelona. It's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. So, but I mean, I think it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have more people. You just need to make it better. Like,
Oh, that's why all eyes are on Melbourne.
yeah.
Anyway, all eyes, Red Bull, all the time.
Bull.
every freaking weekend.
Weren't we all kind of just hoping like, are they going to blunder again? But I mean, I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, absolutely not. Like Red Bull is 100%, if there's one team that's going to learn from their mistakes, it's Red Bull, and they will not allow anything less than a 1-2.
Well, it's Max's third victory in the Japanese Grand Prix. And it was Red Bull's third 1-2 finish in 4 races this season. It's only 4 races though, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's put them 21 points clear of Ferrari. So they're already dominating the leaderboard.
Yeah.
But hey, Ferrari's only 21 points
begins.
behind. That can go away.
Yeah.
And it was Max's, here are your stats, 36th time in his career on pole and cruised to a dominant 57th career win. It's just
Well
going to
done,
keep
Max.
outperforming. He was so far in front. I've got to say, he just zoomed off.
Zoomed off. Yeah.
And I was like, where's the where's the rest? Excuse me.
Where's everyone else?
But Checo was quite close to Max during quality, and it was one of his closest times.
Yeah. I must say, I feel like we gave Checo a lot of like crap after AusGP, but I did later hear that there was something wrong with his floor. So, or I don't know if potentially that's also Red Bull just trying to like scramble to have a have an excuse to like,
Their
no, he
PR
didn't do
team
well
worked
because of this.
So overtime.
Yeah, like no, because everyone was like, why? You know, if Max was out, how did Checo not win? Like that was his like perfect excuse to win. But who knows whether he had a floor issue or not? It seems like they fixed it.
Well, Ferrari obviously were not. I think we're all hoping for their win. Something to come
I must say, going into the race, as much as I wanted Ferrari, I did expect a Red Bull one too. As much as I wanted like a Ferrari win in my eyes, I thought McLaren would do better.
Yeah, where was McLaren this weekend?
Yeah,
they kind of didn't shout. Like I definitely thought Lando would be on the podium. He obviously lost his spot from when I think he had to pit behind Charles, and he was not happy about that. Oscar just sat in the middle field.
Oscar.
Which was a real shame.
Not
but
a great
I
race
did
for
expect it from Lando, and Lando definitely lost that there. But then also, Charles got driver of the day.
Yeah.
He had one pit stop the whole time.
Yeah.
But he was unable to keep the pace, obviously, with the Red Bulls. But then Carlos overtook him because he pitted and he got the fresh set of hard tyres. So was it a bad choice only having the one pit stop? Should he have done a second one? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I want to say bravo to Ferrari for starters because I don't want to jinx it, but I'm like, are they finally getting it? They're finally getting it. They're like not fucking up their strategies. Yeah. But
something else is going on there.
Yeah.
So.
No, they're pit stops. But I saw at the end of the race, like had they not done that one pit stop and gone with the other strategy, which for Charles, he would have come 8th rather than 4th.
Okay.
So thank you, Jesus.
That's all you care about, isn't it?
Thank you, Ferrari. Yeah, that's all I care about. But yeah, no, and I think, we can get into driver of the day, but my driver of the day was 100% Charles. I think he did really well. As a whole, the race was not that exciting. But
no, once that crash was cleared, it was a little bit like,
yeah, we kind of.
How are you going? Then Joe Guanyu, he was out. He retired the car due to gearbox issues, which was unfortunate. And then Valtteri, Valtteri had a amazing qualifying lap in quali. He came out 8th. He did really well, but ended up in 14th.
Yeah, that sucks.
Their pit stops did look better, though. So something
better than Melbourne.
Better than Melbourne. Better than, what was it, 51 seconds or something like that. So they're obviously fixing whatever the issue is that's going on there. And Alpine, they're still at the bottom of the constructors. 0 points from 4 races. And there's 21 drivers on that
I know. I
drivers
just
championship.
keep looking at Pierre Gasly as like 21st.
I don't even know where to start with Alpine.
I know.
Especially because when we interviewed Ocon, he was just the nicest person.
And just so positive.
I know. And I was like, I want the best for you.
Yeah.
I want the best. I want this to work out for you.
Yeah.
But something is not clicking right now for Alpine.
No. I don't understand what's going on. Especially just because everyone at Alpine was so beautiful with us at AusGP. I'm rooting for you guys, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm also not seeing anything really from Haas.
No.
Haas is kind of just sitting there.
Although Haas has accumulated a few points this season thus far.
Yeah, but they're still, I feel like Haas and Alpine are sort of just sitting there down the bottom, not really doing a whole lot for any of us. And I feel like Stake's going that way as well, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
Because we all have a secret love for our secret Aussie.
Yeah. Well, Williams doesn't.
thing.
Yeah, Williams doesn't have any points either. Like Haas at least has 4 points.
Oh yeah, well we know why Williams doesn't have points. They don't have any cars left. Genuinely, they're like fuck up at the moment.
Yeah.
But overall, not the most exciting race.
No, not the most exciting race. We kind of just. Yeah,
it's China next,
standard.
And we've got so much.
Well, we've got a week in between.
I know. It feels weird. I forgot that it was a weekend in between. I thought they would be going straight to China.
Yeah,
It
no, you would
doesn't
think.
make sense. I'm sorry. You're trying to be like this whole net zero by 2030. Why have a break between Japan and China? Proximity-wise for countries, you're far closer. I guarantee you 50% of the F1 group, including teams, are going to fly back to Europe.
Probably, yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah. Yeah, most of them will. Some of them won't. Some of them might
But
do
they've
some...
already taken a break. Most of them took a break off. They all
Yeah.
had an extra week in Japan or in Australia. Why wouldn't you just go?
Or are they going to work virtually? Like, do they stay in Japan or stay in... I mean, yeah, a lot of them went to Bali in between Japan and Australia.
Or Thailand, yeah. So they all took a break, which is fine. But a lot of
Which
people
is
go back
fine.
to
We
Europe.
allow it. We allow it.
A lot of people go back to Europe.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense when I'm like, you're right there.
I mean, I think like the thing that takes up the most and like emits the most carbon emissions is sort of the logistics, not necessarily like the people logistics. Obviously that plays a part, but it's more, you know, the cars, the equipment, everything. They're probably just chucking everything on a sea freight.
Well, they didn't even fly most of the Sky News presenters over for Japan. They did it on a panel with a green screen back in Europe.
There were a few there.
There are a few, but not everyone.
Yeah.
Which didn't hit the same, by the way.
No.
It was a little bit like,
Disjointed.
yeah. I like it better when they're on track.
Same. I like it too. It was kind of it was a bit strange. Yeah, they probably just chuck everything on a sea freight, boat over to China, and then get all the equipment over there. That's kind of the worst of it. So in that sense, I do think they're probably making like a big change. Like they're probably seeing a big difference in the carbon emissions. But yeah, I think it's silly as well that there's probably, if they'd done it closer, like if they'd done a week, like no week break in between, then it would make maybe a bit more sense.
And then you could have had like a bit more of a break between Miami.
I mean, yeah.
Or something like that. Or split something up at the end of the year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something's missing there. I mean, for Williams, fantastic. Williams are like, great, extra week
Excellent.
to try work out
Yeah.
our shit. See, can we use this week to build a chassis and fix this?
Probably. I hope for their sake, but also I just really hope this serves as a learning experience for them. But
Well,
anyway.
Any other final points?
Well, I was
going to
say, did you have any, who was your driver of the day? Was Charles your driver of the day?
I think Charles was my driver of the day. I think it's hard to go unnoticed by that, especially just being a one pit stop strategy. Yeah. You? Oh, you said Charles before as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if not him, I honestly think Yuki.
Is that just because it was Japanese Grand Prix?
I think so. And I'm just proud of him. I'm like, good on you. Got some points at your home race. Like, the fact that you're outperforming Danny says a lot. So,
Oh, my thoughts and feelings are with the Williams team, though, in general.
thoughts and prayers.
Now, we've done a bit of a question box on our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got some questions for you, Patty, and I'm only looking at these right now for the first time.
Excellent. I haven't seen them because you didn't let me.
Yeah, no. Banned, but I feel like we've also spoken about a few of these. All right. How long does Lance Stroll have? Surely he's underperforming.
Well, that's another one. Like, we didn't really mention Lance, but there's also a part of me that wouldn't put it past his dad giving him the boot. No,
His dad's keeping him in there.
he's not doing that bad though this season, I must say. Like, he's not doing horrifically.
He's sitting in the field, but I don't think he's performing. That being said, Lawrence isn't getting rid of him. They even discuss it and the only reason why I know this is because they discussed it in Drive to Survive. And I feel like it was season 1. Yeah, it was season 1 because it was Lance's first year. And they were all talking about like, it's the best, it's like the worst kept secret that Lance is only in the sport because his dad.
I mean, everyone says it. Yeah.
But they would even put that out on Netflix.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can fake so much, but so I think he's just going to stay.
Yeah. Actually true. I think last season I was a bit like, oh, there's a bit of drama with Lance Stroll, but
he's
yeah,
staying.
true.
Where is Carlos going? I mean, we've already answered that.
Answered that. If you rewind 20, 30 minutes.
My take is I reckon he's going to Aston. I reckon he's replacing Fernando. And
I
you think he's going to Red Bull?
Well, no, because I think it depends. He could potentially go to Aston and Perez go to Mercedes, or he could go to he could go to Red Bull. Yeah.
Well, we've got a few questions here on this one topic. Daniel Ricciardo, what happens now? Thoughts on his short-term and long-term future in F1? Again, we answered this earlier. We don't.
No.
He's a national treasure. It's hard. I don't want him to go. But
I just want him to perform.
I feel like it's so circumstantial that he's just not in the correct car for him. He's at least getting support from the RB team and the backup, which he didn't get at McLaren, by the way.
Yeah.
He never got that when he wasn't performing with them.
And this is something that I think as well, like with Carlos, sort of circling back, like I don't want to see him in anything less than an Aston Martin, because this is what we see. Like we see the Danny Ricks and the Valtteri Bottas's kind of just like coming in at the back of the grid. Like it's not great to see when there's people with like such big potential.
Remember when Danny did the time last year in the RB car, Red Bull car? It just makes me think.
What happened?
What happened? When he did the testing lap for the testing in the Red Bull car.
What's happened?
At Silverstone.
Yeah.
So that's happened. And I'm like, wonder if he gets in a Red Bull car if Checo left. I don't know. I mean,
Checo deserves that spot more than Danny. I'm sorry.
Christian Horner's kid. But also if Christian Horner goes, I reckon Danny's gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to pick him up.
Nope. Nope.
Unless, plot twist, Daniel Ricciardo goes to Mercedes.
Oh, God, no, that's not happening. Cover your ears, people. Elle's talking smack.
Smack. But yeah, I also don't think, in terms of Daniel, I don't believe he's going to stick around for much longer anyway. I think he's going to hit a point where he's like,
back to the marketing team.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Done with this bullshit. He's just dealt with it for so many years now. Yeah.
I think he'll always be a part. I think he could actually get into commentating. I think he'll always be a part of the sport.
No, because he's done it before and it was shit.
But like some sort of like,
he'll be like some sort of ambassador.
Yeah.
And it'll be like Gunther being an ambassador for Miami.
Yeah. Or just like, I think he'll always be around. I think he'll always be around the sport and have like a big presence. And when I say commentating, maybe like a bit more of the sort of,
I reckon he'll get into NASCAR or something.
like, oh yeah, I could, yeah.
Something like that.
But something more like more of like a comedic front.
He's probably the one guy that would like try his hand at acting or something like that.
Don't do it.
Can you imagine?
I don't want to.
He actually probably wouldn't be that bad. Like he was pretty good in that Inspired Unemployed thing from last year, although
But that's what I mean.
apparently
like something funny.
that group of guys are cancelled at the moment as well for doing some skit or rather another, I don't know, who fucking knows what the drum. And favourite track?
Oh. As in like our personal favourite tracks.
Yeah, what's your favourite track?
I mean, I can't look past like an iconic Monaco. But I also love Mexico. I actually really like Mexico.
I really like Brazil. Brazil, Singapore, Monaco.
Yeah.
Probably the three favourites.
Yeah.
Ones that I would love to get to.
Yeah.
Maybe Monaco.
That's the dream.
Maybe you'll sneak your baby out early and fly you to Monaco.
Yeah, fly me to Monaco, please. Yeah, it's a tricky one though, because I think like Spa's an incredible track too. I think Suzuka's got like amazing elements, and I think all the drivers love Suzuka. But yeah,
well, it's a figure eight circuit. I think that's pretty impressive.
It is.
It's quick and it's fast.
She's fast.
She moves along really well.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's everything for today.
Was that all our questions?
Yeah, that was all our questions. There are a few more like shitty ones, like are you girl single and things that just I can't be fucked answering. Because no, we're not.
We're not. No.
And I don't think it's relevant to anything. We did say you could ask anything, and maybe that was the downfall there of asking anything.
Well, guys, we'll be back in your ears next week. We'll do a China preview next week.
Yeah.
And hopefully nothing too major happens in this week. But
No, if anything, I think some more Christian Horner stuff will come out.
yeah, this poor
But
girl. I hope
everyone's definitely
sending her our virtual support. I
Yeah.
hope she's okay because it's just not fair.
I think if anything happens this week, it will be rumblings of driver swappings because that's what we're watching now. They're
Yeah.
saying the rumor is Daniel Ricciardo's going to go. Liam Lawson's up. There's going to be something. There's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
They said he's gone until Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Is Danny Rick going to be the new Nick DeVries?
Oh, shit. Maybe.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
And chat to us on Insta if you want.
We're always there.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.